I was out of breath, my legs felt like jello. I had no water, but that wasn't the real problem. I was atop the Ko'ola Mountains enjoying the beautiful view when I received a phone call. It had slipped my mind that I had made prior engagements with my cousins. "So are we still on for today?" my cousin asked me. I really wanted to say no, but my cousin's winter break was ending. Still, I tried to get out of it. To no avail, my cousin told me that today would be the best. Reluctantly, I agreed. I knew that time wasn't on my side. I still had to hike back down, drive home, change clothes, eat some food, rest my muscles, and drive all the way to Hawaii Kai. I raced down the mountain twice as fast as we had ascended it. I jumped in my car and sped home. Boy, I was not looking forward to doing this. All I wanted to do was relax. Cliff diving was the last thing on my want-to-do list. I was already behind schedule. My cousins were already on the cliffs waiting for me. I rushed down and convened with them at the top of Spitting Caves. We looked down at the spot we had to jump to, and the surf looked rougher than usual. Great, I thought to myself, on top of the fact that my legs felt inoperable too. Am I going to be able to swim properly? This place, Spitting Caves, is no walk in the park. People have died there, and there are plaques to prove it. I was hesitant to go through with this. Of course my cousins wanted me to go first and show them how it's done, especially since I've done it before and they have not. I stood on the edge of the cliff for what seemed like hours. The waves were crashing fiercely below me. The wind was blowing in my face. The ground I was standing on was slippery. My legs felt like jello. Butterflies were going crazy in my stomach. My shoulders were hunched over. I was discouraged and just plain tired. The sheer drop was giving me vertigo. I was psyching myself out. I was waiting for the perfect moment to jump, but there is really no perfect time or perfect way. I just put all that aside me and went for it. What an adrenaline rush. I hit the water with a great splash. Now was the next hardest part, getting back to dry ground. I swam to the rocks, grabbed on, and tried to pull myself up, to no avail. A wave pushed me back down. I had to time it just right to let the waves do the hard part and push me up on the rocks with ease. Second try, I made it. I waited as my cousins overcame their own fears. After they took the time they needed, they manned up and took the leap. I proudly watched as each jumped and swam over to me on the rocks. The jump was a success. Now, the final obstacle, climbing back up the sheer cliff to where we had jumped from. This was no easy task, as parts of the climb are vertical. However, we sucked it in and climbed up, little by little, till we made it back to the top. We felt exhilarated. The whole thing had been worth it, because I had shown my cousins something new that they never experienced before. That in itself had made it all worth it. Oh, and the fact that I had an ice-cold brew waiting for me.